I want a story about a king whose son is prophesied to kill him. So the king is like, whatever am I supposed to do? Kill my own kid? What is wrong with you? So he just raises him as normal, doesn't even tell him about the prophecy, and instead of some convoluted twist of events that leads to the king's murder, the son grows up. And when the king is very old and dying and in excruciating pain, the kid is just like, all right, I'm going to put him out of his misery. The king's son becomes the new king, and is prophesied to defeat evil and bring an age of prosperity. His generals and knights all crack their knuckles, but he pretty much ignores them and focuses on strengthening the infrastructure of his kingdom. 40 years later, he is old and sick, but still hearing his subjects' grievances. And a general's like, how will you defeat the prophesied evil now? You are old and weak. Another visitor, a teenager fresh out of the kingdom's public education system, looks at the general like he is an ignoramus. The king eradicated poverty, housed the homeless, taught the ignorant, ended class exploitation by abolishing the nobility and imprisoning the corrupt, and established a highly respected guild of doctors that recently figured out how to cure the plague. There are no brigands because there is enough wealth for everyone to live comfortably. Hiding in the woods and taking trinkets from people simply doesn't make any sense for anyone but the desperate. And the people are not desperate. Evil is a weed, explains the teenager. It grows in cracked roads and crumbling houses and forgotten corners, rooted in indifference and watered by suffering. But the king demands that broken things be mended and suffering people be made well. No evil lives in this kingdom, says the teenager. It starved to death before I was born. Rob Zombie backstage with my new pals Baby Metal. Are you kidding me, Rob? Baby Metal is J-pop, not metal. But to each their own, I guess. These three girls had more energy than 90% of the bands we play with. They are awful. This is lame. I love you, Rob, but shame on you. They roll harder than you. I'm a grown man, and this makes me want to cry. Baby Metal is shameful embarrassment to anything metal. Their alleged music makes me want to end things. Hey, they are nice kids out on the road touring. What are you doing besides being a grumpy old fart? Yeah, I've listened to Baby Metal. Their music rocks, and they put on a great show. So even though you may not understand them because it's Japanese, they are from Japan, of course, just by all means, check them out. You either like them or you don't. Nothing wrong with a different taste in music, but putting them down and being upset with someone for encouraging a group of young women just going out and having fun and putting on a great show, no, not cool. Not cool at all. Move only one match to fix the equation. 5 plus 7 equals 2. 5 plus 1 does not equal 2. Listen here, you little shite. Yeah, it's always the unexpected things. They want you to change the number. All right, normal people. I met this guy. He was average. Victorian writers. He was in the way of most men, possessed of a rudimentary intelligence, his countenance ordinary, his bearing mild, with some weakness about the shoulders, his hair the color of ash. He spoke of the weather. Well, nothing wrong, for the most part, of being average. If you work hard and you do your job and you treat people the best way that you're supposed to be, absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yes. Yes. If I do not shut the door to my room or office, yes, the cats will get on things and knock them over. I cannot tell you how many times I have walked in and the door was open, and yes, cats, the little turds that they are, will just knock everything on the floor. They just want to see everything on the floor. When you get jealous, but you need to act cool because you're just friends. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. And philosophy is wondering if a Bloody Mary counts as a smoothie. Quick, quick, here he comes. Give me half a dozen. Click, click, click. No! Yes, funny animal pranks on the Ark. Ah, yes, saving up to get my other sleeve done. Can you imagine? That cat looks like he wants to get it done too. And you know how to tell when someone is miserable with their own life? When they're looking for a way to destroy someone else's life. I've worked with people like this. I've met people like this. They are never happy unless they are unhappy. And it is really sad to see these people and have to work with them. More on that for another time. When you're online and he's online, but pride is also online. I won't back down. Tom Petty. I may readjust my stance if you have a convincing argument. Tom Reasonable. Oh, gotta love Petty. And you gotta love sass. I'm just being honest is a poor excuse for being rude. Candor is being forthcoming in what you say. Respect is being considerate in how you say it. Being direct with the content of your feedback doesn't prevent you from being thoughtful about the best way to deliver it. Now, I'm sure we've all spoken many a times and said something that we either didn't fully mean or it just came across wrong, or when we said it in our head, it meant something different. But being respectful of others, trying to be respectful and kind of their feelings, always take that into consideration. You can convey a message and get something across to someone if they will, if you just put some thought into it. And if the person is also a decent human being, they can take that criticism and take it accordingly, realizing that it's coming from a friend or a family member or someone else, and they can accept it. And to say that you're just being honest and that's rude, no, not okay. Not okay at all. Ah, speaking of sass, please bring home purified water with no minerals added for taste. None. I got spring water. Not with extra minerals. It's like licking a stalagmite. Don't come home. Cave water. I, on occasion, will love a Perrier or will love just some of the flavored, sparkling mineral waters that you'll see in the store. But then there's some of those flavors that you just you don't like. So yeah, I've had both, and you just have to try your luck, roll the dice, and hey, maybe you'll be lucky and you'll roll a 7 and get that flavor you like. Or maybe not and get snake eyes and have something revolting, and then you will remember, never get it again. All right, well, I'm Trick, and want to say thank you for tuning in and have a good evening. Be back soon.